From the PEP Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. California Democrats are considering new political maps that could slash 5 Republican-held House seats in the liberal-leaning state, while bolstering Democratic incumbents in other battleground districts. The move comes in direct response to efforts by Texas Republicans to redraw House districts in order to strengthen the GOP hold on the chamber in 2026. A draft plan that's circulating aims to boost the Democratic margin to 48 of California's 52 congressional seats, according to a source familiar with the plan who was not authorized to discuss it publicly. That's up from the 43 seats the party now holds. It would need approval from lawmakers and voters who may be skeptical to give it after handing redistricting power to an independent commission years ago. In addition, the proposal would generously pad Democratic margins in districts for competitive seats anchored in Orange County, San Diego County, and Central Valley Farm Belt, giving Democrats a potential advantage as Texas Republicans try to sway the tissue-thin balance of the House. In other news, the State Department is proposing requiring applicants for business and tourist visas to post a bond of up to $15,000 to enter the United States, a move that may make the process unaffordable for many. In a notice to be published in the Federal Register on Tuesday, the department said it would start a 12-month pilot program under which people from countries deemed to have high overstay rates and deficient internal document security controls could be required to post bonds of $5,000, $10,000, or $15,000 when they apply for a visa. The proposal comes as the Trump administration is tightening requirements for visa applicants. Last week, the State Department announced that many visa renewal applicants would have to submit an additional in-person interview, something that was not required in the past. In addition, the department is proposing that applicants for the Visa Diversity Lottery program have valid passports from their country of citizenship. A preview of the bond notice, which was posted on the Federal Register website on Monday, said the pilot program would take effect within 15 days of its formal publication and is necessary to ensure that the U.S. government is not financially liable if a visitor does not comply with the terms of his or her visa. Republican U.S. Senator Lisa Murkowski, speaking with Alaska reporters Monday, toyed with the idea of running for governor and defended her recent high-profile decision to vote in support of President Donald Trump's tax breaks and spending cuts bill. Murkowski, speaking from Anchorage, said sure when asked if she has considered or is considering a run for governor. She later said her response was a little bit flippant because she gets asked that question so often. Would I love to come home? I have to tell you, of course I would love to come home, she said. I'm not making any decisions about anything because my responsibility to Alaskans is my job in the Senate right now. Several Republicans have announced plans to run in next year's governor's race, including Lieutenant Governor Nancy Dahlstrom. Republican Governor Mike Dunleavy is not eligible to seek a third consecutive term. Alaska has an open primary system and ranked choice voting in general elections. Murkowski is not up for re-election until 2028. A centrist, Murkowski has become a closely watched figure in a sharply divided Congress. She has at times been at odds with her party in her criticism of Trump and blasted by some GOP voters as a rhino or Republican in name only. But her decision to support Trump's signature bill last month also frustrated others in a state where independents comprise the largest number of registered voters. She previously described her decision-making process around the bill as agonizing. And finally, a Butler County woman faces several charges after police say she sped away from state troopers with a toddler in her car. A Pennsylvania State Police report out of Butler says troopers were called to a Jefferson Township home on Friday night for a woman smashing items inside. Per the report, that woman, identified as Natalie Perschke, age 32, drove off with a 15-month-old child inside before troopers got on scene. She then reportedly crashed into a stop sign and drove away again. Troopers eventually caught up with Perschke and took her into custody with further incident that included aggravated assault on a trooper. She faces several charges, including assaulting a law enforcement officer and disorderly conduct. That's the news at this hour. If you are watching our news videos on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the PEP Radio channel. Download the Live 365 app to take PEP Radio with you wherever you go. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.